I think Florida State fans are so enamored with the number two and this Rudy and this underdog story that people believe is fantasy that you're getting lost on where we're at right now. Now, again, we just haven't recruited well enough in that position, and a lot of these tales I know. And here's why I believe, and I'm not again. One thing Florida State has is a ton of sites that cover Florida State. It is very boring to run a paid. I'm telling you this as a guy who runs a subscription based business. When there's no coaching search, your subs are down. When you're not winning, your subs are down. When there's no quarterback position battle, your subs are down. When there's really nothing to talk about in the offseason, you see the consistent theme? Your subs are down. Now, how do I get my subs to increase? By making people believe I have information that isn't really true and manufacturing stuff. Coaching searches. I told people against Miami, after Miami, stop it. Ain't a coach on this roster getting fired. I promise you that. The only thing that's going to happen is they may leave. You know what happened? Has anybody paid attention to what happened this offseason? Now the coach was fired. Two left to go get better jobs or increases, and people were promoted from within. Though on message boards, insiders were telling now this is the stuff that guys like me who was right until he was wrong get crushed for. But everybody else gets to consistently lie to you about whatever, and there is no source. And Logan can tell you, I go into the guys that I'm not media anymore. I'm a former player. But I'm not coming from an 80,000 foot level. I'm literally walking on the field. I'm walking there talking to guys, and I can tell you, when people are going to get fired. Using Miami again. So Miami last year, I got a vibe. Miami tags year, after that game, you know what I knew was happening? Somebody was getting fired because it was doom and gloom. Nobody looked like they were happy to be there. Everybody was terrified. So you got that quarterback stuff. Like people are telling me that Carson Beck is coming to Florida State. My business partner trades damn Carson Beck. If anybody would know if Carson Beck was leaving, Denny Thompson's going to know Carson Beck's leaving. That's like damn near his son. It's just stop it. JT's the guy until he's not the guy. And I think JT is good enough to get you 8-9 wins, which that's what Florida State is at best. It's an 8-9 win team. We're not a national championship winning team.
To put two things together that you just talked about, one was about 20 minutes ago when you were talking about how difficult it is to come back from serious injury when we were talking about Winston Wright, and then relating that to Mackenzie Milton and the average fan not understanding how difficult that is, and then putting that together with however you want to phrase it, a struggling quarterback in Jordan Travis, and then looking at Mackenzie Milton's stat line from 3 and 4 years ago when he's throwing 40 touchdown passes at UCF. That's when you put all that together, that's when you have a fan base that's clamoring for Mackenzie Milton and kind of denying what they've seen out of him and thinking that he's going to be the guy that threw 35 or 40 touchdown passes.
Well, here's what I said about this, Mark. The transfer portal is dope, right? It puts in the front what's been happening in college football for years. But people either transfer up in the situation. So like, let's say, I'll use a kid that we made. I still want. Let's say Travis Hunter goes out and balls out at JSU, and in 3 years says, you know what? I'm gonna go to Florida State. I'm gonna go play against better competition for 1 year just to see what things are like. That makes sense. Everybody else is transferring out of a bad situation. If we were getting Mackenzie Milton, the 40 touchdown Mackenzie Milton, or if he was that healthy, you know what Mackenzie Milton's not doing? He's not transferring. He's beating out his best friend to play quarterback, and Dylan Gabriel, who got hurt, and Dylan Gabriel actually went to a better situation. Like, that's how you should do it. But, like, if I'm a Heisman Trophy candidate at my school, I am a god at UCF. Why in the hell would I leave? No, Mackenzie got hurt. Dylan Gabriel performed at a high enough level, and Mackenzie knew he couldn't beat him out. That's what happened. That's the truth. It's not sugarcoating it. Does it sound good? Does it make for the Disney movie that everybody wanted it to be? It's not. But I battled against, and actually it's funny because I just saw this guy's father-in-law. I had BJ Dean. was the other fullback. BJ Dean was the starter when I came in as a redshirt freshman. I was a true freshman. We went back and forth the entire time I was at Florida State. I am a great friend with BJ Dean. I ain't good enough friends with anybody to take food out of my mouth and take money out of my pockets. Like either these, and if that's your kid, if that's that kid's mindset and that's his mentality, you know what? God bless you. I just don't want you representing my alma mater. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just I need winners. Winners don't say it's okay. You can have a turn, my best friend. Winners win. Hell, Bobby was a saint, and Bobby wouldn't even do that. I don't even think, but to be honest, I don't think Bobby would let the kid go. But it's just, those are the things that I think Florida State fans are. Everything else is better than what we have right now, and that's just not a winner's mentality. Like you gotta develop, you gotta look at what you got, and ride for your quarterback. Like who's the dude with the bad teeth that Miami had a couple years that didn't win anything, but they kept thinking he was good? N'Kosi Perry. Like the one thing I'll tell you is like be like Miami fans. It doesn't matter who Miami puts out there; they are the greatest to ever play that position. Think about it this time last year. De'Aaron King was the god. He is Gino Torretta with athleticism. He is this. He is going to break all records. Then he got hurt. And then they put Van Dyke out there. Now Van Dyke is the greatest quarterback, the greatest passer in Miami history.
Ever.
Fans, FSU fans, have some pride. Start being like Jesus. Like, it's let me be the realist. You go back whoever the hell we put out there, and you ride for them like damn Miami fans. Florida fans didn't even want Anthony Richardson. They wanted Carson Beck. They thought I want to quote one guy, we left the projects to go to the suburbs. One of your favorite people from Florida. That was the description when Anthony Richardson decommitted from Florida, and they thought they were getting Carson Beck. But now, do you know what? If you try to say something bad about AR-15 right now to a Florida fan, they'll cut you out. AR-15 is Black Tim Tebow.
James.
Like, back your guys and stop being a punk.